in my Lego kingdom. In the land of King Cuthbert, all that can go wrong has gone wrong. The storm, conjured up by the League of Sorceresses, has failed to stop the Old One's skeleton ghost ship, and it has made landfall, sending winged skeleton warriors flying towards the border of the kingdom. Cuthbert's air defenses, in the form of the guardian rangers of the Temple of the Golden Owl, are powerless to stop them, and they advance towards the castle itself. Meanwhile, Cuthbert's planned defenses have failed. The last of the elven magicians has discovered a page missing from the ancient spellbook and is unable to replicate the potion that would act as an antidote to the Old One's evil weapons. And Master of the Dragons, Zephyrum Emberstorm, has proven unable to successfully raise up a new and pliable green dragon made from the decapitated head of the deceased Emperor Dragon Nograd. The Old One has finally launched his ground invasion, sending skeleton troops, necromancers, warlocks, vampire legions, and orcs towards the kingdom, and nothing can stand in their way. Although the Lion's Knights, Black Falcons, and their allies fight bravely, nothing can save them from the deadly sting of the Old One's weapons. And so, a terrible decision must be made. Should King Cuthbert flee his castle into exile and live to fight another day? All his ministers plea with him to do so, but Cuthbert is reluctant to abandon his kingdom. But then, a fortunate event transpires. Passing through the kingdom is Cuthbert's old friend, the wizard, Gandalf the Grey, on his way to the adjoining kingdom of Middle Earth to attend the 111th birthday of his friend Bilbo Baggins. Hearing of the desperate circumstances of his friend Cuthbert, Gandalf insists that he must be permitted to hide Cuthbert in his cart and transport him safely out of the kingdom and to the Shire of Middle Earth. Cuthbert is finally convinced. And so, with only hours left until the fall of the kingdom, Gandalf and King Cuthbert, in disguise, set out for the safety of the Shire. Will King Cuthbert make it to safety in exile to begin his plans to rise again? The answer lies in the future. Tune in again and see for yourself. Hi, I'm Tom Bray since 1954. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And this week I finally did it. I finally bought the new Lord of the Rings Shire set, which I knew I was going to buy. I just didn't know when, but I decided to buy it sooner than later, you know? At my age, you just can't be sure, so I wanted to make sure I had it and had the opportunity to build it. And I'm really glad I did, because just looking it over, it really looks like a fun set, and it looks like the perfect thing for my fantasy kingdom, because I knew I wanted to integrate somehow the Shire of Middle Earth with my fantasy Lego castle kingdom. And I think they're a good fit as an adjoining kingdom. And I wanted to somehow merge the two. And what I came up with the idea that King Cuthbert has to go into exile, because just as in the tale of the Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth is falling under a dark spell, so I thought my castle kingdom should too. I am determined to build this set slowly. As you can see, it's got a lot of pieces. There are, it looks like 14 bags in this set, but big enough to keep me going. And what I like about it is it seems like most big Lego sets, you can build it in sections. So what I did this week was just open bag one. And I have to tell you, I'm the last guy to know anything, so you probably know this far sooner than I do. It was a whole lot of fun to just slow down and to just build one bag. And that first bag was Gandalf's cart. And I knew I wanted to use that in my lore this week because Gandalf would pass through my fantasy castle kingdom, King Cuthbert's kingdom. And so I wanted that built. But it was just so relaxing to just build one simple piece of this large build. And it came together really well. The directions were clear. It's very, very cleverly engineered, as you can see here. It was just a joy to build. Then I, figured out how I would get King Cuthbert out in disguise, and I could not fit his entire torso in that cart. So I just took him apart, and I put the top half of him in, and I kind of covered him with the fireworks that Gandalf is bringing to the Shire. So I was very happy with that outcome. So that's how I kind of envisioned it and integrated it into my lore. So my plan with this is to really slowly build it. I want to do kind of a bag at a time, a section at a time, and I want it to take as long as it takes to build because it was just really fun to slow down. I just had so much fun doing it this way that I'll just slow down and I will show you my progress as I go along with building this Shire so that I can show you it being built instead of showing you a video of just the Shire built. And so that's my plan for this. Every once in a while, we'll sneak in some update on King Cuthbert and how he's doing in the Shire. I wonder how many of you just went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. One of the reasons I did was I did want that extra set, the gift with purchase. And I'm kind of glad that I did that too, because I usually miss the gift with purchases because I buy later. Now, I'm really excited by the size of this set because although it's a substantial size, it's not small by any stretch of the imagination. It's not as small as the original, Hobbit hole was, that set. But it's not massive like the Rivendell set is. I just don't have room for that set. And at the price point that it's at, I probably won't be adding that, at least new, to my Lego Fantasy Kingdom. Every once in a while, these sets do show up built at my local bricks and minifigs shop. And I might, if the price was right, I might buy the Rivendell set already built if it was used, just to have the minifigs and to incorporate that into my kingdom. But for the time being, I'm really excited with this. As I said, how many of you have pulled the trigger on this right away? Or do you intend to wait? I know a lot of you told me in your comments last week that you like to wait until sales, and I understand that. I usually do that too in many cases. This one I just wanted to have now. And I wonder how many of you are going to pass on this, or how many of you have already purchased this and have it built, and I'm wondering what you found the building experience to be like. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. Take care and happy building.